The mission of Brevard Family Partnership is protecting children, strengthening families, and changing lives. And it really grew out of the community vision for transforming the former child welfare system.
I can't imagine what would happen to children and families in Brevard County if the nearest person that actually had any resources for them was in Tallahassee.
When we took over, we had children sleeping in offices because there was not sufficient capacity of foster homes.
Brevard Family Partnership is very, very helpful to law enforcement in this one capacity. When we come on scene of an abusive situation, it's all about referral and resources. And what Brevard Family Partnership does, it gives those outlets to be able to come in and refer them to receive the assistance that they need, to strengthen their families.
And in our community, we've been able to greatly expand resources. We've been able to do more with less because it's not a state-operated system.
When we took over the system, then we obviously had to do it with less money. There's no better example of a stewardship than doing more with less and doing it more effectively.
We take our commitment to taxpayers very seriously. Every child who has found a forever home in our system their life has been changed.
We knew we wanted a family, and you couldn't have children, so we just said, why don't we adopt?
Then they brought us a picture of a child.
One thing led to another.
Yeah, and we are now the proud parents of our son.
To know that together as a community we pulled together and made that kind of a difference. There isn't a better feeling on earth that I've ever experienced than to know that I had a hand in that.
We got involved with Brevard Family Partnership as foster parents first and then later adoptive parents.
We have a lot of kids. We had 4 of our own, and we thought, but we felt an urging to get more engaged because we saw it was out there and there was a need.
The system before Brevard Family Partnership wasn't child-centered. It wasn't even family-centered. It was really statistic-driven. And what I mean is that they looked at a case number and they looked at a service and then they just pieced it together, and it was just kind of, you had to make it work.
Our first foster child actually is now our adoptive daughter. She came to us as our first foster child and just never left, and I can remember waiting after receiving that call, waiting to see her for the first time, not knowing what to expect, and looking out the window and just that wonderful feeling of here she is at our doorstep. And then 10 days later arrived her sister, who is also our adoptive daughter.
We have recently adopted one of the children that we were fostering. Couldn't see our lives any different. We're so happy.
To this day, we still celebrate our Forever Family Day.
The family unit is the basic building block, and it has to be healthy.
I've often said that if their family strengthening program had been in existence when I went into foster care, I could have stayed home.
We keep kids safe, we keep them off the streets, we give them places to go.
We're going to make sure that you're successful in school. We're going to make sure that you're going to the doctor when you need to go to the doctor. We're going to make sure that if the home is safe and you want to go home, we're going to make sure you and your family get back together. That is our goal.
One thing that has really changed my life is seeing the smiles in every child. That one case I will never, ever forget. A little one that came from a very severe child abuse and neglect, and he came and he didn't know how to walk. He could barely see or hear. He didn't know how to speak. With time and Brevard Family Partnership, he changed and he's now a boy. He can walk, he can smile. Those were amazing accomplishments, and just the fact that he can walk and he knows what he looks like in a mirror, it was just amazing. Just every smile, every laugh, it was just such a huge reward for us.
They're changing lives, they're strengthening families, and they're protecting children. And in our case, they're creating families.
Donating is just partnering with every changed life in our community, in our state, because this is our community, and it is our children and our families.
Every contribution that you make to Brevard Family Partnership stays here in our community. It helps our young people. It encourages, it corrects, it funds programs that are necessary for our youth to thrive and to grow. Please consider contributing to Brevard Family Partnership. You have an opportunity to directly impact the life of Brevard County youth. So on behalf of Brevard County youth and families, thank you.